What's going on, YouTube? For those of you that don't know, my name is Tim, and I create meaningful short films that inspire others, inspire you to take action and live your best, most authentic life, because that's what I'm trying to do myself. And now I know this isn't some meaningful short film, but some of you have been asking, and it's been something that I've been wanting to do, is share my process, share a little bit of the behind the scenes, some of the gear I use, some of the things that have worked for me in the past, and things that are still working for me now. So this is one of those things. Okay, without further ado, the reason you're all here, the big reveal, if you don't know by now, it's the DJI Mavic Air 2S. This is the drone that I use for all those shots you just saw. It came out about 4 years ago, and it's still the only drone that's in my camera bag. Now, I know the 3S just came out, and this isn't a comparison video. The whole point of this video is to tell you that you don't always need the newest and most expensive gear to get good shots. So since the Air 3S just came out, it is the perfect time to buy one of these. So I'm over here in Canada in the Great North, and up here you can get one of these with a carrying case and the Fly More combo on Facebook Marketplace for about 700 Canadian dollars, which, if you know anything about Canada right now, is like $20 American. Not really, but it's a lot cheaper in American dollars. And at that price point, for a drone of this quality, is insane. So if you're on a budget or you're looking to upgrade and you don't want to spend a ton of money and buy the newest drones, this is the best option. Now, like I said, this isn't a 2S versus 3S review video. I'm making this video just to show you how good the 2S is and to talk about that. If you're interested in the comparison, my buddy Matty DC Collins made an incredible comparison and he really dove in about the specs and everything about them. So I'll link that down below, so go check that out. So why do I love this drone so much? First, it's perfect for traveling. So it folds nice and compact, fits perfectly in my camera bag. It's pretty light, so it doesn't add a ton of extra weight. And it even came with this nice little carrying travel bag, which is perfect for me. Now the second, and arguably the most important, the quality of the video is amazing. So the 2S can shoot up to 5.4K 30 frames per second. Now I typically shoot at 5.4K 24 frames per second, and yeah, some of you might think that that's a bit of overkill. Why do you need 5.4K? Isn't 4K good enough? Well, it's just nice to have the extra little bit of room to crop in, and then that extra little bit of image quality. It's just nice to have, so I sacrifice the extra little bit of storage space and shoot at that. That's what probably 95% of the shots that you've seen in this video are shot in. And then of course, D-Log and 10-bit footage is perfect for color grading. It's just incredible to be able to push limits in post and, you know, put your creative spin on your shots. And the last few things, one, the battery life is quite good. So I get about 20 to 25 minutes per battery, and I've got 3 of them. So that usually lasts as long as I need. And obviously it depends on weather conditions outside. If it's super windy and I'm having to fly in sport mode or anything like that to resist the wind, then I might only get 10 to 20 minutes. But if the conditions are good, yeah, I get about 25 minutes, maybe even up to 30 minutes sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, which is more than enough for me. Now, speaking of wind, I have flown this thing in some insane wind conditions, and it's still here, completely fine. Now, I know DJI doesn't recommend flying in extreme wind conditions, and I don't recommend it either, but this drone has not failed yet, and I'm telling you, I was in Iceland, and the wind there, if you've been to Iceland, you know the wind is insane, and it's still here. So I'm not telling you to fly it in extreme wind conditions, so don't blame me if your drone falls down. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Usually it's fine if you push the boundaries a little bit. And then the last thing is the transmission range, which I found to be good enough for me. If I don't have anything blocking me and I'm in a pretty open area, I get about 1 to 2 kilometers with no issues at all, which is, yeah, more than enough for me. Now, obviously, if you got buildings around you or you're under a mountain or anything like that, it's gonna be a little different, but I don't have any issues with it. And yeah, I've been flying it for about 4 years. Okay, my final thoughts. So in the photo and video world, we all have this issue. I know you do, because I do too, where we need the best and newest gear. And you have to ask yourself, do I really need this upgrade? And so the reason I made this video was I was about to purchase the 3S and thought to myself, is this really going to improve my footage and my storytelling and ultimately my films that much that I can justify spending, $2,000 on it? And the answer was no, because it's a lot of money and the quality of this drone is insane. In my opinion, it's the best valued drone out there in terms of price to quality. Like I said, 700 Canadian dollars, which is, I believe, under 500 US dollars for the Fly More combo, is insane. And so maybe you can take that extra budget that you have and spend it on lighting or other equipment that's really going to get a bigger impact and a bigger improvement to your storytelling to help you tell your stories and create cool content. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you learned something today. Let me know down in the comments if you end up purchasing an Air 2S yourself or just what you think in general. And let me know if you want to see more of these types of videos. I'd love to do more if that's something you guys want. So stay tuned for the next one. And yeah, thank you for being here. Subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next one.